Today we're going to set up a line reveal system in toonboom. If we take a look at this line here, you'll notice it's a different color depending on where it is in the rig. So when the blue parts are there, the line's blue, and then when it gets to the red, it turns red. You'll also notice it's dynamic, so it changes depending on where the line is. So if we move it up here, it's all red, or if we move it to the side, you'll see most of it's blue, and then whatever's in the red is red. So super useful and not as hard as you think to set up. So let's open up a fresh toonboom file and see how this works from scratch. Okay, so here is our setup. We have our blue box and we have our red box. And then we have our line that runs through the middle. Now we want this line, just like before, to have a different color on the red and a different color on the blue. Set up those two colors now. On our line art, I'm going to select our line and just change it to whatever color I want. So we have a blue outline color here. Let's click that. Now, I'm going to go into my drawing view so you guys can see. I'm going to select this line, press Ctrl-C to copy, and then notice how I'm on my line art layer up here. Let's go to the overlay, Ctrl-V to paste. On my overlay layer, let's change it to our red outline color. Again, this can be anything you want. Back to the camera view. You'll see we only see what's on top. In this case, it's the overlay layer. Now let's work on isolating those two layers. So in my node view, press enter, and I'll look for a line art filter, just like this. Insert it here. You'll notice my overlay is no longer showing, and it's just my line art color. So let's do the same thing. Press enter, get an overlay filter this time, and now we'll plug that in as well. So now we're back to normal, seeing that overlay, but now we have two separate nodes that we can use. Okay, so how do we make this yellow color only show up in the red box? Well, let's use a cutter, and I'll plug it under my overlay. Take my red box and plug it into this port here to cut that line. My red outline color is showing up outside of the red box. So all we gotta do, invert that, and suddenly we have what we're looking for. So even if we move this around, it's being cut by the red box, so that color is gonna update dynamically wherever this line is. And if we throw a peg on the red box, we can move this red box around, and you'll see the color follows, which is pretty cool. So using this line reveal system, looking back now, I would probably use it in a lineless character style. For example, if you remember this Jon Snow rig that we did a long time ago, there's no lines, so it was pretty hard for me to separate the arm and the body whenever they were close together. But now, if we take a look, we have our torso split up into our overlay, line art, color art. On the overlay, we have our black lines. On the line art, we have our blue lines. And you'll see that our overlay, so those black lines, are being inversely cut by our arm pieces. So when we move our arm, you'll see those lines are revealed. And that helps get some separation between the two pieces in a lineless style, right? So we don't want this to show all the time, just when the arms are touching. Again, so nothing new here, just I never thought about using those tools in that way. I feel this is actually very useful and intuitive, that even if you're just beginning, you can really integrate this into your workflow. I'm super excited. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more lineless rigging now that I know this trick. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you already knew how to do this in the comments. See you next time.